Happy Friday, Piasikos. Happy Friday. How's it going, everyone? I know that I usually come into these streams a little flustered, a little like, oh boy, last minute. But let me tell you, this is especially true this week. I was at Adobe Max last week, and at some point, my computer went 100% haywire, and I had to reinstall everything, and I lost a bunch of stuff. So I had to rebuild all of my live stream scenes, all that stuff. I'm not even using Streamlabs, I'm using Ecamm again. And hopefully things go smoothly. I was just making tweaks up until the last minute, and that's it. We're in the zone now. I'm going to be drawing spooky names, I think, for the last time, until next spooky season. But I think there's maybe one or two Fridays left. I don't know. But next Friday, I'm going to be live streaming with Retro Supply Co. for their Fright Fall prompts, which also overlaps with mine. If you look on Stinktober, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, Stinktober is my prompt list of drawings for the month of October, which I'm doing a contest for, where you can just enter any of your drawings you do for Stinktober through the contest link on my website, link below. Chris Piascik. Chat name? Oh, sorry. I got distracted. Hi, everyone. My wonderful helper, assistant, support system, Matt, is helping me gather the names. And the first name, low thread count, made me think that there was an issue with the live stream because low thread count is not a name. Okay, low thread count. You confused me. You threw off the whole stream. Anyway, check it out. The shirts are in. Look at these bad boys. Screen printed by Mammoth Print Shop in Alabama. This is not print on demand. This is Comfort Colors. Wonderful shirts. The best fitting shirts in the universe. They are here. I'm going to start shipping them today. I came back from Adobe Max with a big box of them. So if you pre-ordered one, it'll probably go out today. If you didn't pre-order one, there are still some left in the shop. You can use the promo code LIVE to get one for 20% off if you want. This has good talk, because that's what I always say, and it's got a skull, because skulls are the best. So use the promo code LIVE, link below. What else do I want to talk about? The Stinktober contest goes through the month of October. You can find a link below to find out more about Stinktober, but it's basically just silly drawing prompts for every day of the month of October. And any one you do, you can submit for the contest by using the submission form on my website, which is linked below. You just go to chrispiascik.com, and then on the bottom you'll see contests, and you just look for the Stinktober one. There's been so many amazing contributions. Even if you don't think you might want to join in, I highly suggest going on Instagram and looking through the hashtag MyStinkyTober24, because there's just so many incredible drawings. There was a ton last year, the first year I did it, but this year, let me tell you, it's going to be very hard for me to pick winners. I'm probably going to pick more than the 3 that I said. The initial plan was 1 big winner and then 2 runners up. The big winner gets a $100 gift card to my shop and a mystery package of stickers, prints, whatever I have. And I might have to add in some other runners up because there's a lot. Maybe we'll do some giveaways with like downloads. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yes, that's it. If you didn't catch Tuesday's video, I made a new 4-color screen. I'm gonna go grab one. Hold on. Hey, it's me. Got these new 4-color screen prints that I made. Can you see it? I'm pretty excited about these. Why are we blurry? Can we not be blurry? Hey, camera. Have you seen me? Hi. Oh, there we go. Are we there? Look at that. I printed these 4-color silkscreen print. The video goes through the process of me printing them. Pretty excited with how they turned out. You should check out that video. YouTube doesn't seem like it's putting it out there very much because it's got very low views. So after this video, go watch that video so I don't feel so sad about myself. Anyway, I plan on doing like Adobe Max recap video for my channel members. Shout out to my channel members, by the way. They are the best. All of my super supporters and above get their name drawn and included in all the videos that I make while they are active members, except for the last one because I forgot to, and I'm a monster, and life has been hectic right now. But during the stream while I'm drawing, you'll see the super supporters' names rotating throughout. So shout out to them. They're the best. Quickly, though, there's some exciting news coming for Fresco next month because it's their 5-year anniversary, which is wild to me. But super excited about everything. Got to hang out with the whole team while I was there. And it was cool to meet all of them. Okay, anything else I want to say? New print. The shirts are here. For these live name drawing things, I try to do them first come, first serve. But if you got here late and you really wanted me to draw your name, I did make it a possibility to skip the line using a $20 and up super chat just to keep things fair, because some people, got here right at the beginning and they want to do it, but, I do as many as I can. So I'm going to jump into this so we can start drawing. Just quickly, Stephanie, you said you saw me at Adobe Max and wanted to say hello, but you were helping someone and didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. I feel like you should have said hi. I would have rather have said hi to you. But thank you. Kohiko, so you need to see my hat. Oh, check out my hat. I bought this at Max from my pal. It's not that weird. Check her out on Instagram. It's a strawberry and a skull because I love skulls. Love that. But I did see a bunch of you Piascikos at Adobe Max. A bunch of you came to say hi, and that was super rad. Took some selfies with people. That was super cool. So awesome. All right. I think we covered it all. I think I'm ready to start drawing. I just want to see something real quick. Since I'm using Ecamm, I forgot there's things that I could do. Look at that. I can put comments on the screen in Ecamm. I gotta remember to do that. Okay. I think I forgot how good Ecamm is for a lot of this stuff. Okay, let's switch over to my iPad. As you can see, we've got the super sporters rotating on the bottom. It's a little crappy right now. I apologize for that. I need to clean up the edges, but it's there. It's there. We're ready. I got some spooky music to play in the background. Shout out to Matt for gathering that for me. Let me turn that on. Let's kick up the jams. Hopefully the volume is not at an obnoxious level. Let me know if I need to turn it down a little bit, because I'm just looking at it as a visual. Okay. So, howdy, Mike from Austin, Texas. Sayura, how's it going? Pink Drip from Dominican Republic. That's super rad. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so the first name that I'm going to be drawing is low thread count, and as I mentioned, because we're in spooky season, we're drawing spooky style. So, but the first one's a warm-up. You guys know that. So I'm just winging it. Usually I write it down first. Let me write it down normally. I feel like that helps me to figure things out. Hey Matt, maybe you can let me know in the document if the background music is okay with my voice setting. Thank you so much. Okay. Low thread count. Turn it down slightly. Okay. Hi everyone. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so low thread count. I just kind of want to, we got lots of words here and I want to do this sort of like spooky, wiggly stuff. But I don't know exactly. Maybe I can like kind of stack it and have it come up on like an angle. Boop, 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 boo. And then maybe low. What is low thread count about? What does that mean? Oh, maybe we can curve the C under like that. That would be fun. Yeah, I think we're already pretty much there with this. I like it. So Yuri, you said the video about animation really sold me on the product. Haha. Whoa. Your name made me activate Siri. That's funny. Hey, I want to just try something real quick. Is that not? No. Oh wait, did I do it? I got a chat. I had a chat thing. Oh, so it does show one or so. I need to put a background on that, but it seems like if I use this in the future, I'll be able to put the chats back in the stream, so that's fun. Super fun. Okay, so this name, I like how this L can kind of flow on top of the T. They can just kind of wiggle into each other like that, which is kind of fun. And then maybe we can have it kind of wrap up with the C. Maybe tuck the O in there. And let's see. Just sort of trying to like make the letters fit together and then get a little bit smaller as it goes. I know this is looking a little bit messy, but I'm just trying to like quickly figure out how it's gonna fit together. Okay, we can work with this. So let's go ahead and make it bigger. And bring down the opacity and switch over to Classic Anchor from my Retro Supply Co. brush set. Okay, so Skippy, the wonderful channel moderator, is requesting that thumbs be smashed, and I support that. Shout out to Skippy for being a channel moderator, keeping people in check. They start to get wild. You don't want to get wild when Skippy's around. Skippy will come in and just moderate the heck out of the situation. He's not messing around. Okay. I should jump down to other letters because I don't really. Sometimes my sketches are tight and I know exactly what I'm drawing, but this sketch is not. It's more of an idea, so I need to kind of do the important letters first because they determine where the other letters will fit. Like this C is important because it sort of frames the the side half of the name. So Yuri, you said that you got a new iPad and Adobe Fresco thanks to you. Wow, thanks. Wow. I should, Apple and Adobe should be thanking me. That's rad. That's a lot of fun. Okay, so see, this is what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have jumped into that W yet because I want the R to come up a bit more. So we're just gonna grab the magic wand, select that W, and just erase it. We're gonna come back to that. When I'm doing lettering treatments that kind of flow all together like this, I really don't do them sequentially because I have to sort of figure out these individual, like how things are going to fit together, because it's going to determine where the other letters are going to fit. Like, for example, this N is going to kind of come up here. So then this R, maybe it goes down like that. I think we can tighten that up afterwards. Vidar, you said, it's so fascinating to watch how fast you come up with ideas. It's incredible. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Lots of practice, I guess. What was that vibration? Hopefully the spooky soundtrack is good right now. Skippy is the hammer. I want to add that to the broadcast. Skippy is the hammer. Also, Diana Lisa is the hammer. Shout out to my special hammers. Okay, so see, another situation that I should have drawn first is I think the T should wrap up where that N is, so I'm gonna just erase that using the modifier so that I don't have to use an eraser and I can keep the texture. And then I'm just gonna flow this over here like that. It's looking pretty cool. Move that up. And now it's time for the W. And now I can sort of fit it into the space that's left over from the other letters. Shout out to Matt for this great spooky playlist. What can we do here to make this fit better? Low thread count, hammer time. You said any highlights from Adobe Max. So, yeah, I didn't catch as many of the presentations as I wanted to, but I did see my pal Meg Lewis give a talk about having fun and unlearning adult stuff, and it was the best. Meg is always the best, but extra the best this time. Their talk was it just got me all fired up and ready to make stuff and be less serious. Okay. Also, there was, I guess they do this thing called sneaks where they like show new upcoming features, and there was some wild stuff in there. There was this feature that was, these things are, you never know if they're actually going to happen or not, but it seemed like it was pretty reasonable. In Illustrator, it was like you could take your 2D art and you just like rotate it around and it like moves in 3D space and like makes it 3D. really quickly. There's also this beta app. I forget what it's called, but it's like a 3D app, but like a not like an annoying 3D app, like a 3D app that I would want to play around with. But it's currently out as a beta that people can use. It's like a web-based app. But I'm excited to play around with that a little bit more. Okay, low thread count. We did it. I like it. I hope you like it. If I'm being perfectly honest, I feel like I usually struggle with the. I just realized I have Skippy. I am the hammer. Still on the screen. The first one is usually a actually there's a spot that I want to fix real quick. This right here is I feel like this needs to flow into look more intentional, the way this all meets up here. Maybe if it's like more pointy. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay, low thread count. We did it. Delete that. Let's make a new layer, switch back to my pencil. Dylan, Project Turntable. Shout out to Dylan. Got to meet you in real life at Max, and that was super cool. Okay, let's see. The next up is Julie. Paw. Low. ICZ. Did I write that? All right. Okay. Let's turn off low thread count. Let me just move this over a little bit. William Bryant. Do you recommend any one drawing glove? Most reliable or durable? I lose them so much. I don't really use them anymore, but I was using them all the time, and I would just lose them, and I'd buy like the cheap ones on Amazon. I always like cut the fingers off too, but actually, do I have one here? No. I think the best one I ever got was the one that came with an XP pen, because it was like double layered here. So, but honestly, I would just buy the cheap ones. Sometimes you get like a 3-pack on Amazon. I think I have ones that I used to buy in the link below that says stuff that I use and recommend. So maybe check that out. Okay, let's see. I might just freestyle with some pointy shapes because I'm like responding to the W and like the Z. L-O. Sometimes I just need to like get some letters down, and then I can kind of come back in and see if it's gonna work, because I don't think this looks good now, but we might get somewhere. Like maybe that's a lightning bolt. Who knows? I think it's taking up a lot of room, but I don't know how we're gonna see what the Julie part is gonna do. Sometimes you just gotta play around and see. And maybe it'll take you somewhere cool. Maybe it won't. But it might. So we just merge that together, lower the opacity, and then look at what things are cool here and what things are not cool. It's kind of cool how these L's sort of line up here. So maybe we could do these like lightning bolt L things. Let's duplicate that one. Maybe, who knows? We're just trying stuff. Nobody knows. Okay. Might be happening here. Fit that, the O as like a diamond shape into that little crevice. A-W-L-O-W-I. Okay. Maybe something's happening here. We might be getting there. Maybe we can do something cool with the... We don't want to go overkill with these lightning bolts. The J might be overkill. But you can sometimes make it less cheesy overkill if you like make it gritty, so we'll see. Let's delete that. Let's rotate it a little bit, make it bigger. Maybe so we can get some sharp points, I'll do this one with vector, and I'll use my gritty vector so we can get the grit and the sharp points. So I'll use my gritty vector presets. Link below in my shop if you want to check it out. You can use the promo code LIVE and you get a good deal on that. Shout out to Mike and Dawn for the super chat. Okay. What we got? We're at like a crazy carnival right now. All right. Gritty vector brush presets. I'm going to use the VV Sharpie. And let's start with the W's again. I mean the L's, because I feel like they're kind of pulling things together here. So I'm going to draw through the points, and then I'll use the vector trimming so we can get those sharp points. Actually, I don't know if this is what we want to do. Maybe. I'm starting to think this will look better if it's not perfect angles. It's hard to know. How does anyone ever know anything? So this exists. You said you just found my channel and you love it so much. The story of how you got into the field is so inspiring. Your my videos are helpful. Well, thank you so much. That is so nice to hear. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's trim that off. Trim that. See, nice sharp points. Look at that. And it's vector, so that's cool. Okay, fill that in. Let's go ahead and duplicate it. Usually I want to do things individually, but I think we could use it as like a starting. Actually, I might stretch it a little bit and shrink it a little bit, like that. Okay. Can merge those down. AJ McCracken, you said didn't realize it started half an hour. Yeah, so I started doing them, like originally they were always at 10, and then I sort of shifted it to 10:30, but today I moved it back to 10 because I have a call, like a work thing at at 12 today, so I wanted to make sure that I wrapped up in time. I know I should be consistent with 10 or 10:30. And I had been sticking to 10:30, but you know, things happen. As we get to these other letters, I might start to regret this, like, trying to be really structural, because it makes it less easy to sort of like fit the shapes together. And I'm like drawing in a different way than normally would, because I'm like drawing for the vector trimming, so I'm like making it look crazy, but then just like trimming off this extra stuff to get the points that I want. But sometimes I'll do it like this and then use that to trace over to make it less loose. I mean, less tight. What am I talking about? It's too thin. I'm trying to get like a little bit of a taper on the top, so you should extend that more. And then, yeah, see the C. Maybe we'll pull this up higher. Okay. I am starting to think that this will look better if we aren't so perfect. So I might use this as like the tight sketch. We'll see. Either I'll modify it a little bit, or this will be like the stage that we use to make it more natural. And I know that sounds like it might not make sense, but we're just gonna have to work through it together. All right, what's happening now is we're bringing this opacity down, we're bringing this opacity down, and we are coming in hot. We're switching to the classic inker, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn the smoothing down, and we are just going to come in here and make this more lightning, gritty, and avoid the cheese factor that could come with, because this is not cheesy, this is spooky business. Because like we want this overall structure, but we want it to also be a little loose so it has more energy to it. And when it's like this, I can do things like sort of bend it a little bit to make it fit the space. So you can make it all fit together nicer and make it feel more like haphazard and loose. So it's like, oh, it's somehow tighter and looser at the same time. It's like, how does that work? It works by magic. Okay, so let's fill these in and we can see what we're dealing with and see how much more badass it looks. See, it already looks cooler. Skippy, you said when you were just fixing that pointy bit on the low thread count, are you thinking of the negative space or something else triggered that observation? Yeah, it was a little bit the negative space, but it was also like there was a point where the top of one of the letters was like almost touching another letter, and it caused like a visual tangent that was like distracting, so it became like a weird focal point that I didn't want. Like, I don't want to make a focal point a spot where letters are like almost touching but not touching, because that's not where I'm trying to lead the viewer's eye, and it just was a bit visually awkward. So by making the rest of those points kind of taper a bit more and look more intentional, it takes the emphasis off of them. It just makes them look like they were meant to fit that way. So that's why I did that. Vidar, you said, where does your name Piascik come from? You're from Norway, and I think you have a Scandinavian features, despite your last name. Well, it's so Piascik is Polish, but you know, just American mutt, I guess. Just random ass white dude features. You know, I guess it's all sort of the same, but yeah, it's Piascik is a Polish last name. Low thread count. You said, what's a good entry point for printmaking? You've always wanted to try it, but it just seems so daunting with all the steps. So for me, I'm not a complete expert on printmaking. The only printmaking that I really have done, like I've done a bunch of screen printing, and it's made way more approachable now that I recently got the that X tool set up, which, you know, is a little bit pricey, but there are other like screen printing kits. The little like weird print go-go thing that I did a video about, the SpongeBob Punzine, you can check out. But the problem with those is they don't make them anymore. They are like discontinued, but you can sometimes find supplies, but it's really tricky. And but that's like it's almost like a hybrid between a screen printer and a stamp. I think screen printing is like the easiest to understand, just like stencils. There's also like those gel print things, which are cool, where you can do fun stuff with that. All right, let me just touch this up a little. Let's also double check the spelling. AWLOWIC. Okay. Delete. So, okay, so the part I don't love is the angle on the Z there. So I'm gonna maybe just kind of pull that out and then maybe taper that, and then this. Went a little bit too far with that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I hope you like it, Julie. What do we do? We got 2 so far. Low thread count is huge. There's that one and that one. Okay. Let's pull up Julie's again. Move it over here, and let's move on to invisible reality. Invisible. Is that how you spell it? Reality. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna do for this. I think I want to start with something like wide and bold for reality. Trying to like figure out a way to fit the L and the Y, the L, the I, and the T together. Okay, so then maybe the R can come down to balance out the Y. And maybe this L can come down further so that I can be a little bit bigger. So I'm just trying to like, now that I know how the letters fit together, I'm just trying to like balance out the overall shape by changing the letters a little bit. So I think I'm gonna do invisible as like outlines to sort of play off the idea of invisible. But, you know, we'll see. Julie, Polish pride? Solidarity? Again, trying to find that balance between like tightly fitting together, but also looking somewhat haphazard to keep the energy. Like it's just happened to fit together perfectly. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's see about this invisible. So I'm thinking like, might do something like this shape on the top, then use that as a guide, and then just be like... pro tip here, instead of just going in like that and drawing it, and then probably running out of space, what I do is just write it out simply to see how much space it's going to take up. And then I go, well, it's a good thing I did that because it wouldn't have fit. So then I'll just sort of push it over, maybe like this. And then I use that with my guide. So now I can see as I'm drawing that I need to keep in mind that spacing. Also, I'll like jump to the end and then work my way back to the middle, because you have a less chance of like crowding stuff in at the end if you start taking up space. Okay, now let's make that look better. We can turn off all this other stuff we don't need. Delete. Delete. So now that I see it like this, I feel like I want it to be more vertical. So I'm gonna merge these together and then try to make something interesting where this like fits together a little bit more intentionally. I'm thinking maybe for the invisible, maybe it'll be more like wiggly outlines. I feel like that's sort of invisibly-ish. Invisibly-ish. That's you may not have heard that term. That's how you would refer to something that's giving the feel of maybe invisible, but not. Something that is invisible, but clearly drawn. Invisibly-ish. Skippy wants to know if the invisible is invisible or the reality is invisible. That's a good question. Something that maybe you should have considered. Skippy is the invisible hammer. Okay, so that's more fun. Let's just push it back a little bit, like that. And now let's bring this back to reality. Back to life, back to reality. Remember that song? Okay. Delete. I think we're ready. God's astronaut said, yes, that's soul to soul. Thank you for that. Julie said, you should have suggested a zombie pierogi for the spooky page fill. Yes, that would have been tight. That would have been lit, as the zombie children say. So when I'm doing these like letters that I want to wiggle together nicely, it's another situation where I will like skip around because I do the letters by like mirroring the negative space or like the edge of the letter next to them. And if I just start from the beginning and work my way over, I find that the wiggles tend to diminish because they get sort of like smoothed out as doing more of them. So if I kind of skip like this, then I have to like intentionally bring them in. So like this S, I'm going to draw it like this to fit against that. Then that sort of dictates how I draw the other part of it. And then I'm also paying attention slightly to the letters below and what kind of space they're going to take up. I may redo that S. I'm not in love with it. Which is just something that happens when you're pushing the shapes like this. Especially because I'm planning on doing it as an outline. I need to sort of get it right here. I can't go in and really tweak it much. But once I do all the letters, it's easy to kind of go in and fix one of them. glad you're learning new words, low thread count. I usually try to keep this just a full, all-encompassing educational experience, bringing in, I can't even think of the word for learning words. Oh boy. Ghetto Scrub, you said, now that song is going to be stuck in your head all day. Yeah, same. The Back to Life one. Here, we're bringing it. Back to life. Back to reality. How's that sound with my backing track? Turn me up in my headphones. The only good thing is I don't know any more of that song. I don't think. I bet if I dug deep enough, it would be in there. But I don't have the brain power for that right now. You know, like, I don't know if this happens to other people, but this E is too long. I'll like remember a song that I hadn't thought of in so long and realize that like all the lyrics to the song are still in my brain. And it's like, I didn't even know I remembered that song. And when I say you, I'm talking to my brain. I say, you, my brain, know all the words and you didn't even tell me that we knew all the words to the song that we didn't even remember? Those are conversations I have with my brain. Okay, so I just want to fix this S real quick because I don't love it. So I'm just going to lower the opacity here and see what I can do. So I think the issue is the middle part feels too long. So I'm going to just sort of come up here and then, I don't know, maybe the opposite. So I'm just going to make the upper section taller. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, that S is much better. Okay, so now I'll just come down to this layer, bring the opacity back up, select that L, erase it, and then we can put that one in its place. Invisible. And now we can bring the reality back in. Lambo drives Zambo, you are one of the most recent super sporters, and your name will appear in the next video, which is scheduled for Tuesday, because I do new videos every Tuesday. Does everyone know I post new videos every Tuesday? Because I do. I sure do. So make sure you're watching them. Make sure you are leaving comments. Make sure you are smashing the thumbs. Make sure you are doing everything. Make sure you ring bells. You guys ever heard of the bell? I think that just lets you know when I do things, if you ring the bell. And then you would know if I accidentally scheduled the live stream. Well, intentionally scheduled the live stream a half hour earlier than last week's. But just take those thumbs and just smash my thumbs. My thumb. And there's just one thumb. Okay, let's fill in the reality. First, we got to be on the layer. So when I was drawing that, I forgot to turn down the smoothing, and now I want to sharpen up some of those points. So I'm going to bring the smoothing down and then use this brush as an eraser to just sort of make these edges less smooth. Like I want the smooth overall flow of the letters, but not the points. Speaking of kind of these vibes, I'm very excited about the new Cure album. I'm a big Cure fan. And I don't know. They have a new album out, or coming out. I don't think it's out yet. I've been working on this playlist. For some reason, I get like obsessed with making playlists, and I was doing it in like this loose idea of a video about, well, basically for a drawing where I like make a jumble. So I make a playlist of like, I have a hard time even saying it's like favorite songs because like it changes so much. But at the moment, favorite songs of the moment, and then like making a jumble with something from each of the songs. So like the video would be like planning out or like figuring out what those individual things would be within the illustration. And then I could like link to the Spotify playlist or something. Does that sound interesting? Let me know in the comments. All right, Invisible Reality. Thank you. Hope you like it. Move this down a little bit for a second and then make a new layer. Grab my sketchy. Diana Lisa, thank you for saying that I had perfect pitch. This is probably not true. Whoa, that was so weird. I looked up at the screen, and as I was responding to you, Diana Lisa, your name was on the screen because you are a super VIP, super sporter, my new BFF tier. Okay, next up is Ghetto Scrub. Not the first time in the live stream, but the first time here for the well, I don't do people's names multiple times. You know what I'm saying? I see you in the chat all the time, but I haven't drawn your name. Does Ghetto Scrub have to be one? Hey, this kind of looks cool on its own. Does it have to be one word, or can I break up Ghetto and Scrub? If you're paying attention right now, let me know. If you don't respond, I'll keep it all as one word, but sometimes I like to do 2 words. I think there's more possibilities there. Okay. Maybe because there's the 2 T's in a row, I'll do something with script because that's an easier way to do it. Thanks, AJ. That's good to know. I have a pretty wildly diverse taste. So, I don't know. Is one word. But I have creative freedom. Well, if it's one word, we'll see. If I can make it work as one word. Well, I'm doing it for you, so if you want it to be one word, you know, we could do that. So, one thing that I like to do when I'm doing script is make up my own rules. And what I mean by that is like, you know, a script. I think a script G is actually like a script uppercase G is something like wild, like this. And like I'll either do like a regular G and then just like put a tail on it like this, or I'll just do like a big lowercase G because I don't give a hoot and heck. I'll do whatever I want. Okay. It's just sort of like figuring out which is going to be best for the situation at hand. But I'm thinking like a spooky script for this one. Or it's just like kind of wiggly script. Okay, let's see what's working here and what's not working here. So I liked this situation where this is going to flow into the S. The T's. And the O can kind of go in there. I think that could be cool. R. I know this is looking messy now, but it's mostly me figuring out the logistics. Okay, so I'm just see what I want to do for the. Maybe we could do like a G like this. Okay. Gwogster, you said, have you had any chance to listen to any Ned's Atomic? No! I completely forgot. I was planning on putting it on my iPad and listening to it on the plane, and then I got busy and totally spaced on it, and then after the whole Adobe, just getting there and coming home, I completely forgot. But I appreciate the reminder because I want to check it out. So thank you for that. Let's see. God's Astronaut, you said you purchased your color palette for Procreate. I have to save up for your brush pack, which is super dope. Thanks so much. I would recommend getting on the Retro Supply Co. Email list because they have sales all the time, so you can get a good deal. Also, there'll probably be like a big Black Friday one that's pretty soon. If you can wait that long. But they have sales a lot, so you can wait it out and get a good deal on it. Though I have to say, I feel like it's a pretty good deal regardless because it comes with so much stuff. There's paper textures, there's color palettes, there's a bunch of special video tutorials exclusive to that pack. There's over 100 brushes that I use in all my work. There's some fonts. There are reference files, like PDFs, layered PDFs. Like the color guide where I talk about how I use colors. All kinds of stuff in there. Which is available for Fresco and Photoshop and also Procreate. AJ, you said you have the bell on. You're just bad at time math. Yeah. Math is terrible. I am too. But thanks for being on the bell. I wake up in the morning and I think I'll never make it on time. By the time I get my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus drive by. It's alright, cause I'm saved by the... That's a good example of me, my brain, having all of the lyrics to the Saved by the Bell song, theme song, in my brain. Didn't know it was there. Just found out it was. We found out that together. Like, the fact that my brain was holding on to those, like, by the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus drive by. It's all right because I'm saved by the bell. That doesn't even make sense. What do you mean? It's all right because you're saved by the bell? Also, like, their names. Kelly Kapowski, Zach Morris, AC Slater, Screech Powers, Jesse, what's Jesse's last name? Jesse, Kelly Kapowski. Is it, wait, did I just lose it? I don't know, Jesse, thank goodness. I don't remember her last name. Okay. I just want to see what this would look like with a little bit of separation on some of these letters. Like, okay, I think I like that. I'm going to load that as a selection and then erase it from that layer. I'm going to delete that, and then we are going to do something real quick. We're going to do something fun. I'm going to duplicate that. And then I need a background color. Okay. Do a loose outline around the edges here. And connect those points like that. Okay, I'm going to turn that off for a second so I can see in case there's any holes that I need to... Okay, and we're going to load as a selection and then erase it from there, turn that off, delete that, and then just, sometimes when you make something, when you invert it to white, the spaces look like they need more room. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of that right here. And then just one more quick, that was too much. All right, and then we're just very quickly going to load as a selection, make a new layer. I'm gonna grab one of my texture brushes. I wanna do this one. Or my brush set. Deselect. Actually, let's select it a little bit more and just want some of it to be a little bit more solid. Okay. And then a little bit of overspray. Cool. I think that's pretty cool. I hope you like it, Ghetto Scrub. Back to my drawing brush. Yeah, Glockster said the new Cure album is out in November. Low Thread Count said that there's supposed to be another one after that. That's crazy. Ray, Rockboy, Janice said, "Hey Chris, how's Adobe Max?" Yeah, it was pretty fun. I talked about it a little bit about the beginning, but it was cool to see some people that I don't see that often. It was cool to meet up with all the people on the Fresco team, and yeah, it's fun. Thanks so much, Pastasy Xfnord. New super chat from Finley's Audio Adventures. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me write down your long name. Finley, 2 N's, Ley, apostrophe S. I know how to spell audio, and I think I know how to spell adventures. Gotta turn my smoothing down so I can write. Okay. So, I think I'm going to build this around Finley's. We'll come up with something for Finley, and then Audio Adventures maybe can like fit to it in some interesting way. I think because there's a lot of letters that could kind of fit together here, I don't know. I may just sort of freestyle something. Never know where it's gonna lead. All we know is that we got to take the spooky vibes, because this is Spooky Live, and just sort of see what we can do. We're doing this interesting taper upwards that I didn't know was going to happen, but that's where it's taken me at the moment. We'll see if I decide to abandon it. We could keep the taper up like this with the Y, or I could like bring it down further, but who knows? This is kind of fun. I think it needs a little bit more spookness, but we could do something with the Audio Adventures. Maybe it needs more points. We could do like some like pointy serifs or something. Serif-ish things. So not really serifs. That's too chonky there. This is my third spooky names for spooky season. I feel like I'm gonna have to like overcorrect when I do names again and it's not spooky season to like have them not be spooky, because that's like all I've been doing lately. Could be kind of fun to have those wrapped together a little bit like that. Alright, let's see if we can figure out something fun to do with the audio adventures part. Finley said, imagine if it had gone by its original title, Good Morning, Miss Bliss, which was, I guess, the original title of Saved by the Bell. It's alright. Good morning, Miss Bliss. Good morning, Miss Bliss. Wait, so how does it, I was gonna say if something rhymes by Saved by the Bell in the song, but I don't think it does. Because it's at the corner just in time to see the bus drive by, and it's alright. Oh, no, it's alright because I'm Saved by the Bell. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Finley's, maybe we'll just do some like thin letters that sort of wrap up. Maybe I could do like something with audio kind of coming up like this, and then adventures could go below that. And then could be interesting. I just feel like Finley should be a little bit bigger. See if I can like smush this with the warp, because I like most of what's happening here. I just don't love the overall balance. I think if I put them all together, I can like smush it to what I want. So I think I want this a little bigger, like that corner to come down. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna wing it with this. I can do it. I believe in it. I believe in myself. Smoothing up. Lithard Count, you said, what's your favorite horror movie? I've been watching a bunch while drawing this one. I feel like I don't watch a ton of horror movies anymore. I think it's a horror movie. When I was little, I was obsessed with Gremlins. Yeah, that's definitely a horror movie. I loved Gremlins. I remember I had a Mowgli stuffed animal. But yeah, I haven't seen the Gremlins in forever. I wonder if it would still hold up for me. I should watch it again. There's also a bunch of them, and they're all sort of blending together. I remember at one point he makes a bow and arrow out of one of those like big paperclip things. And he ties a thing around his head. I think he shoots... Oh, yeah, he shoots flaming arrows at the bad gremlins. Or no, he's not a gremlin. He's a mogwai. And then they turn into gremlins when they get wet, maybe? What are other people's favorite horror movies? Julie says that Gremlins still holds up. Oh, and Good Chad says that too. He's got friends that love Gremlins. Rad. Maybe I will have to watch it again. I can hear... what's his name? I just said his name a minute ago, didn't I? I just said his name. What is the gremlin's name? Anyway, I remember him doing the thing and saying, Rambo! I think that, or am I making that up? I feel like I remember that. Alright, so I'm going to skip down to this A, because this one is kind of a big part. And I think I'll bring this crossbar over into that space. So I have to be mindful of the U not reading like a V. So I made it, it was intentional in doing the V down here and making that clear, distinct point. And then when I do the U, I will make sure that it's like wider in the middle, because so even though it'll have sharp points at the top, it'll have that like round center point to differentiate from the V. So when you're pushing letter forms a lot like this, you want to be sure that you are not minimizing what that like special thing is about the letter that makes it unique. Finley's Audio Ventures, you said you're thinking it looks cool, like a LP record sleeve. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's I'm glad that you think so. I was feeling that too. Oh, Kevin, you said Mogwai. But isn't there I know he's a Mogwai, but doesn't he have a name? Like the main character? Did I say Mogwai? No. I just yelled that I thought I knew his name, and it was do you know what came in my head when I just got excited? Mowgli from The Jungle Book, because it's almost the same word. Sometimes my brain is not helpful. Gizmo! Thank you! How did I forget that so fast? So I think Gizmo goes Rambo when he ties the. And Will, yes, I wasn't doing the Bee Gees, but if I'm gonna sing, for some reason I go into that high-pitched falsetto. I think to emphasize the silly part of it, because I'm not a good singer, so I just try to hit those high notes, draw pictures on the internet, drawing people's names. Well, I think this is looking cool. I think I just want to taper out some of these. When you're using a gritty brush and you fill stuff in, you may find some of these like dots, and you may like that for the texture. But if you don't want that, one cool trick is to just make a selection of the white space. Like that, and then go to inverts, and then just make a new layer. And you could fill it in individually. I just have a favorite brush saved, which is just like a hard round brush that's usually set to like enormous, and I just go like that. And now you get that same outer texture without the weird little dots in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back to the classic anchor and just do a couple little tapers here. And to go with that like retro-y look that we were doing, we're just gonna do like a little hit of texture. So I'm gonna make a new layer so that I don't have to like fully commit to it. And I think I'm just gonna use this in my texture set. I have this like big grit one. I think you just come in, tap a few of the, no, that's too much there. Then we've got big grit alt, so it's like similar but different texture, so it doesn't look repetitive. And then I'll do the same, another layer with black, just so I can get a little bit of like over, so it's not just contained inside. This other one. That's too much. That's too much. Okay, so what I'll do is merge the black one down and then load the white as a selection and then erase it here. And then there's a couple little spots that are too much, and I'll just go there with the regular brushing thing and just kind of clean those up a tiny bit. I just don't want all of that texture, but I want some. I think that's a little much there. Cool. I like it. I think it's fun. I have time to do one more, I think. Good Chest said Tusk is your favorite and you will die on the hill. Is that a movie? I've never heard it. Vidar says Shyamalan's Son. Never heard of that one. It's your all-time favorite. The Exorcist. Yeah, that's scary. Sayuri said you adore the textures. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you know what? Your name is next. And also, it's got to be the last one because I have a call at 12 and I have to read something before that call to be prepared. And I need to eat a snack. These live streams make me hungry. Okay, let's write this down. Sayuri. Takamura. Look how nice that looks. Okay. I can't help myself with that Y and the S makes me want to do some like fun, like flowy together script business, like with this, maybe like the A is up here and then like this Y's can like flow in. I'm gonna make sure that make it a little bit spooky and not like a just fancy script, but I think we can do that like spooky script. That's fun. Can we... Oh, I wonder if we can like make the... flow this into the T maybe? Can that happen? I might have to do the last name smaller because I really like the way that first name flows together. And I don't want to compromise that too much. What can we do? Maybe we can have like a shape come out of this. Like maybe it's block lettered out of it. Let's sort of work with the A. I think we can do something with this. Okay, let's merge that together. Let's rotate it a little bit. Let's delete that. Vidari said Signs is an alien movie. One movie that traumatized me as a kid was Fire in the Sky. Man, I was terrified of that. I think I saw it too young. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this shape so I can make sure the Y flows to it nicely. Might need to revisit this URI. Might need to give it some more space, but we can assess in a minute. I just want to get an overall. Just get something down and then we can tweak it. Okay, let me turn off that sketch for a second. Turn that off. And then I think I'm gonna give this some more room. Mike Donnelly said, do you ever create animated signatures? I mean, I've done it for myself, but I don't like do it in terms of like animating someone else's, because I'm not enough of an animator to want to animate like someone else's stuff, but I like to animate my own. But if I was animating something that I didn't do, I would hate it so much, because part of the struggle, like the fun of getting through the struggle is worth it for me, because I'm like making something that I want to make. But man, if I had to like do it for something that wasn't something that I drew, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would hate it. Basically because I animate frame by frame too, so I'm like drawing what I'm animating. Okay, so that's better. Okay, so we'll erase. Merge that down. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is turn that sketch back on and then bring down the opacity of this and then start carving this out. Gluxer, we were talking about how Fire in the Sky is great and it's supposedly based on a true story. I think that's why it scared me so much, because like as a kid, when you like see it and it's like based on real events, and you're like, what? What are you talking about? Are they gonna abduct me and probe me? I was terrified of aliens. So I'm carving out the letters from this shape. Let's TAKAM. Okay. So now that I have it close, I can refine it a little bit. So I'll start with areas that I think could use a little help. Like I think this K, I don't want it to inadvertently read like an H. So I'll like emphasize things that are uniquely K. So maybe I will exaggerate this bottom part and then angle this up a bit more. Actually, you know what? Let's pull it further. Do like the whole bottom of the A. Just rounding out the bottom of that U so it doesn't read like a V. Okay, so now I can get rid of that one, and then I can load that as a selection, and then erase it from here. And then we can do a little bit of, let's just fix. Make this taper, this that not taper, that part of the A's was a little bit weird, and then this part of the S is a little bit weird. Okay, let's because so you already talked about textures. What I'm gonna do is on a new layer, I think I'll just do like the Rezo in black. We'll do like 90%, like that. And then for the Sayuri, whoops, do a new layer for that. I'll do this one like 80%. So they're like slightly different. And then let's do one more selection of this, and I'm gonna do like a really light coverage, got 20%. And then we'll take that one and we will just like offset it a little bit, and let's do the same but the opposite on Takamori, Muro. Okay, new layer. Let's do 30% on this one. Might be too dark, but we can see. So it just looks sort of like a misprint type thing. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I hope you like it too. Unfortunately, I can't do more. I would love to sit here and draw names all day, but this has been fun. Thank you all for hanging out so much. Don't forget to use the promo code LIVE if you head over to my shop and get anything. You get 20% off. I got these shirts are in now, so they're shipping. The Good Talk shirts. And new 4-color screen print. I got like I think 4 of the Good Luck screen prints left, so if you want one of those, you can grab one. I also put extra imperfects of the new ones at a half price thing because it seems like a lot of you were buying the extra imperfects from the last one. So check those out. New video on Tuesday. If you're someone who asks me about what iPad I would recommend for someone getting into illustration, I talk about that in the video. I do a drawing using 4 different iPads and talk about what is actually needed for illustration. So there's that. I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you.